What's happening, guys? Had a little bit of free time today, so I thought I'd just do a live video, see if anybody wanted to join. Usually do these things on a Sunday, so I'm not too sure how the turnout's going to be on a Saturday, but we'll see. See if we can get some good cichlid conversation here. As always, the format with these live videos is there is no format. It's basically ask anything as far as what you want to see. Pretty much the whole fish room is open for focusing on. I can move around. And questions, any type of questions, and it's not just questions for me, it's questions for anybody who joins. Oftentimes we'll have other really nice YouTubers join the channel and put you guys in contact with them, importers, people who distribute. We get a lot of those sometimes and they can talk about the species that they have available. I have a buddy who I'm trying to get to join right now, and I think he's got some new stuff coming in, wild-caught stuff, importing, so hopefully he'll be here to talk about that. Yeah, the goal is don't be shy, ask anything. Feel free to ask to see whatever you want to see in the fish room. I have no problem with that. And then I'll occasionally go through these comments, which aren't, they're not displayed on my screen, and so I have to basically scroll and check them out. But I do that every so often when I stop blabbing. Oh, Jared's here. What's up, man? Jared, good guy, good fish keeper. Go check out his stuff. I think he has his Instagram, on Facebook, and I think YouTube too. But a lot of nice fish over there. Come on, comments. Every time you see the camera start to shake, it's because I'm touching the screen, trying to check the comments, because the comments don't stay on here. So I apologize. All right. Sorry, I don't know what happened right there. Mr. Jesse Cichlids. What's up, Jesse? Jesse, another good guy, good fish keeper. Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words. Had some stuff change this week, and actually 20 minutes ago I had a big fish leave the fish room, so a little sad about that, but I think it had to be done. I'll let you guys guess what that is right now, but we'll definitely go and see the tank with the missing fish. Just too many cichlids, not enough tanks, I think is everybody's issue in the hobby. If it isn't, then I would love to see your fish room. So what's going on today, man? Jesse and Jared, what are you guys up to? You guys doing fish tank stuff, or working maybe, or just relaxing? I know I'm personally I'm off today, so get to relax, enjoy the fish room a little bit, do some chores, hang out with the kiddos. But I love my weekends, especially Sundays. As you guys know, I love football. And how about them Bears? 3-2, winning record. Might be a tough weekend for us, playing the Packers like it always is. But Jesse said, never enough tanks. That is the truth. Hey, here's a good question. How many tanks do each of you guys have currently? All included. Everything from your 10s to your biggest tanks. Put that in the comments here. Quantity, how many tanks you got, and the range of size that you have. So I guess I'll start. I have, I think, 23 tanks going right now. Smallest, obviously, is a 10-gallon, and the largest is a 240. I'd say about 30% are larger tanks. And when I say larger, I'm kind of counting 120 and on up. Actually, maybe 100-gallon and up. But be curious what you guys are working with right now. Eli's Wild Living. Hey, man, thanks for joining. Eli's question, what would be your best big cichlids for a 700-gallon? Ooh, that is, man, that's something you dream about at night before you fall asleep. You know, if I had that tank, and that 700-gallon would definitely be my dream tank. I know some dream tank is much bigger, but for me, being the largest tank I have owned is a 240. A 700 would be amazing. I actually was thinking, you know, for many years, my dream tank ultimately will be I think it's a 600-gallon. It's an 8 by 4 foot wide front to back, and then about 30 inches tall, 30 or 36 inches tall. That's my end dream tank for right now that I can see. And so it's very similar, I guess you could say, in size to that 700. What would I put in there? I mean, it would be what would I put in there first, I think, is the better question, because obviously over the years you would try many different things. Just too many things to think of, right? So right off the bat, I could think of umbies. I mean, that would just be amazing to have a large umbie pair in there. That would be one. Might be the first option. But however, I was going to do those umbies in my 300-gallon that I might get someday. So if I had the 300, then I would have a 700 do something different. So what would I do? It would probably be a colony of things. And I know this is just boring because I keep a lot of these fish already, but my favorite species is Festa, red terrors. So I think I would either do a colony of males or a single male Festa with multiple females. Maybe, I mean, I would try it first, you know, start off like I always do with quite a few juveniles, and then maybe about 30 juveniles, and then I would whittle down to my single favorite male and remove all the other males, and then keep all of my favorite females in there, however many I could do. And that's territory I have no idea, so I wouldn't know what the number would be, but I definitely would like to do a single male and at least 10 plus females. Not sure if that's possible, but I think that would be amazing. I just could imagine the male jumping around to each female, breeding at all times, and females bickering and flaring up at each other. I think that would be a dream tank for me. So that would be I guess my first thing I would try in that tank. Mr. Jesse Cichlids said, just got up getting ready for water changes. Nice water change day for Jesse. Get it done. Hey, Ginger Dan, welcome. Ginger said also water change day for him. He's coming from the UK. Awesome, man. Like to have a mixed group here. Sounds like a lot of people do their water changes on the weekends, so that's pretty cool. Ginger Dan said, oh, okay, good. Ginger Dan said his tanks, he's got 7 tanks. Biggest is a 1,700 liter. What is that in gallons? And I apologize for my ignorance, but I don't know that conversion right now. So I'd just be curious what that size tank, 1,700 liters, is in gallons. Jesse's tanks that he's working with right now, he said he's at 5 10 gallons, a 55, a 20 long, a 29, and a 75, and next is his 210. That's awesome, man. 7 foot long, 210, I'm guessing. It's a really good sized tank, man. Here's a question for you, Jesse. What do you plan on doing with that 210 gallon tank? What is going to be your first project that you put in there? I'd like to hear the species and what your plans are. And same as Ginger Dan, what do you have in that 1,700 liter tank? What species, quantities, and whatnot? That'd be interesting to hear. Hey, Big Fish Lad's here. Paul he said, got a spare 10 minutes, so thought I would check in. Thanks, man. I really appreciate stopping by. And if any of you guys are not aware, Big Fish Lad has a really good YouTube channel. Go check it out, subscribe, really good content, and he's doing some good things. And man, check out his Red Tiger Motaguensis pair he just purchased. I don't know that I've seen a bigger male than what Big Fish Lad just picked up. And that female is stunning, her reds. But that male, man, that's just monster. I've seen maybe a handful that size, but I don't think I could say I've seen any bigger than that. So amazing fish, very nice pickup. And I'll pan over to my new pickup that I just got, which happened to be the same species, Motaguensis. I got them this week, and they're in a quarantine tank, healing up some fins and whatnot. But I'm excited. I guess a lot has happened this week, guys. Fish came in. Really big fish left 30 minutes ago. This morning, someone picked them up locally. Fish went out into the pond. Lots of new stuff. So I think it's fish room update time, actually. I should probably make that video for October. Ooh, Jesse's answer here. So I asked Jesse what he plans on doing in that 210 gallon that he's going to get. And he said Cubans, Jack Dempsey's, more Cubans, angelfish, red parrot, and growing out some silver dollars for dithers. Pretty cool mix, man. The Cubans, man, that's a species I would love to get back again into someday. Just been a while. I used to love those guys. They're kind of like Islanum attitude and size and breeding. Wow, very similar. A lot of similarities to them, except for looks and color, of course. I would love to get the Cubans again someday, but their attitude and flaring up and biting your hand when you go in the tank reminds me a lot of the Islanums, and they don't get too large, so it's really cool to keep those. You could definitely do them in like a 75 gallon. Nothing, you don't need a gigantic tank, I think, to do them. So definitely on my list again. Let's see. Jesse's wish list. Dovi, Umbi, and Trimac. Yeah, some heavy hitters, right? The Dovi. I mean, that's a fish that just gets massive and incredibly impressive in their, aggression. I think you've seen some of those guys and just splashing water on you, trying to tear your hand off. I mean, it's just crazy watching those fish. Umbies, I mean, those things are amazing, beautiful to look at. I've kept them before. I love them. I just need to get that bigger tank to give it a shot. And of course, Trimax, man. Trimax might be the smallest of the big fish, I guess maybe you could say, that you can do in some normal size tanks. When I say normal size, I mean like those standard size tanks that get like 24 inches width, all the way up to a 240 gallon. Anything over that 240 gallon, man, it's just like a custom tank, at least from what I've seen at the fish shops, and they cost so much more money. So Trimax, you could definitely do those guys in the standard size tanks. I probably would do them in a 120, 4 foot by 2 by 2. I think could probably work with a good pair. But I got mine in a 90 gallon right now, probably pushing it as far as size, but we'll see when I got to move them up. Ginger Dan said, that 1700 liter is roughly 430 gallons. Wow. That's a nice size tank, man. Ginger, what are the dimensions of that tank? And what do you have stocked in there? I'd be really interested in knowing. And also, do you have a YouTube channel where you fish in that tank? I bet you a lot of people here are going to want to see that. If you put videos up, that would be pretty cool. If not, no worries. Dublin Angling Lads, hey man, thanks for stopping by. How you doing? Hope your weekend's good. Just here talking about cichlids, all of our passion here. One of the favorite hobbies I think all of us have. And formatting is open. Whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to see, guys. Don't forget, we don't have to watch these blue Texas Carpentis all day. So if you want to see something else, let me know. And anything non-fish related too, guys. I get a lot of those requests for, filters. Like what's your favorite filter and this and that, and how do you have this set up? This is the time for that stuff too, guys. If you have any questions, I haven't made the decision to start doing videos on. Jesse Cichlids says, just like to grow out one huge fish, wet pet. Nice. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of those three, I think. I've never kept the Dovi, but just watching them, man, those things, impressive how massive they get, and I don't know if aggressive is the right word, but they are fun to watch, those glass bangers. No problem, Paul. You guys check out Paul's YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Big Fish Lad is. Dublin Angling Lad says, my 12,000 gallon pond is done. I am speechless. I don't know what to say. 12,000 gallon pond. Okay. I have a 300 gallon pond, but that is essentially a 10 gallon tank compared to your 12,000 pond. That is something. Forget the question on what you stock in your 430 gallon tank. What do you stock in that 12,000 gallon pond? That's what I want to know. And do you have any footage, even if it's above pond footage? I would love to see that. Not sure if you got it heated if it's outdoors or maybe you stock colder species. I don't even know. But those of you guys who follow my channel and my ponds, they're nothing like a 12,000 gallon pond, I can tell you that. I got 2 100 gallons and 1 300 gallon, and they're just those Rubbermaid tubs. Very cheap. It's what fit in my backyard corner area that my wife allows me to use in the backyard. And I say that not sarcastically, very thankfully, that I can have any tanks here. That's one of the big changes made this week, guys. I don't know if you guys followed the Braziliensis update that I did a few days ago. I moved that Braziliensis group out of the fish room into the 300 gallon pond for the winter. A lot of times here in Southern California, it's usually the opposite. Usually you move fish out into the ponds before summer when it starts getting warm, so they can grow out. However, with some species, the way I'm using my ponds is kind of for year-round purposes, and so I'm kind of sticking to a small group of species that can withstand cooler temperatures, and in a lot of cases really need that cool down period that I'm researching. So Braziliensis, I think, are one of them, especially these guys from Uruguay. And go check out that update video, guys, if you haven't already. Just a magnificent species. These are the red variants. And I put them out there to prepare to cool them down for the winter, and I'm fingers crossed they do as well as the pair that I had out there for a year and a half, 2 years, and hopefully they come back again, maybe 1 to 2 years back in the fish room. So we'll see, but those are my tiny dinky ponds. Jesse Cichlids says, Paul's male is massive. I'm not sure which Paul you're referring to, Jesse, but maybe you can fill us in there. Okay, so Ginger Dan said 6 foot by 4 foot by 2.5 feet. So I'm guessing that's his 430 gallon tank he's referring to. I also asked him about the pond. I'm guessing the pond's much larger dimensions, being a 12,000 gallon, but he said he has 4 green terrors, 4 Festae, a school of Severums, green and spotted, gold spotted, 2 common plecos, 7 silver dollars, 2 electric. Wow. I mean, okay, so that is the 1,700 liter pond, which is 430 gallons. That's a pretty cool stocking. Do you have any video of that for anybody here to check out, including myself, on your YouTube channel? If you did, that would be great. Please share. I'm sure a lot of people are going to go check that out, being what a nice sized tank that is with that, those fish in there. So Dublin, England, that said, after getting my favorite cichlid today, Panamensis peacock bass. Nice. Those are awesome. Beautiful. I've never kept them, but I definitely check them out all the time on YouTube, and just amazing. I would really love to go fishing for some of those guys. Catch and release. I probably wouldn't be bringing any back to keep them. And definitely wouldn't be eating them. But I would love to fish for those guys someday. And while we're on that topic of fishing, I would love to catch umbies. And that would just be amazing for me to go. I hear they fight well. They bite the lures. Be a lot of fun. And then if you caught some small, medium-sized guys, bring them back home. I mean, how awesome would that be? So, Ginger Dance said the biggest green terror is Tank Boss. Nice. And when you say green terror, Ginger, are you referring to the Rivelatus, I'm guessing, or the Stalsbergi? My Fish Garage, what's up, bud? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. And yes, you finally caught one. Maybe Saturday was the trick to allow more people to join. I was mentioning earlier, I usually do these on Sunday, but I had a quick time slot here today, so I said, why not? Just throw a live video up and let's talk cichlids, guys. So thanks for stopping by, man. And anybody who just recently joined us, ask anything, request to see anything, everything's on the table, so feel free. The only reason I haven't moved around is because you guys haven't asked to see anything different, so that's why I'm just sitting here on the Carpentis, but we could check out other stuff if you guys want to. Ginger Dan said, I haven't put up any videos up, maybe I should. Yeah, it'd be cool to consider, you know, if you had the time to record and just throw them up, you know. They don't need to be edited or anything. Like, I think for like 4 or 5 years, I just took video and threw them up there on YouTube just to have them as my archive, just so, you know, obviously your camera gets full with video and you have to delete stuff. I just figure I use YouTube as an archive. So if you look at some of my older stuff, it's just no format, short videos. That was my purpose, you know. Originally I was never planning to do this YouTube thing, invest time and make a channel like this, but just this year, I think January, February, I said, hey, you know what, I'll put a little bit more effort into it. You know, I love to watch other people's channels, their updates and fish room updates, and see the species they keep and this and that. You know, it gives you great ideas. I mean, you kind of sometimes get a little bored of your own. You see them every day, and it's amazing to see other people's fish sometimes. So I figure maybe people would like to see mine. I don't know. Maybe some people don't, but that's the whole background on why I'm doing this stuff. Ginger Dan said, and an albino Oscar in the 1700 liter. Nice. Oscars. I think Oscar, like probably many people here, Oscar and convicts are the two cichlids that got me into them way back when I think I was 11 or 12 years old. You know, my parents allowed me to keep, I think I had 3 tanks in my room growing up. And I had the Oscar in a tank right by my bed. And man, he would just be looking at me, begging for food every morning. Oscars are great fish. Just a puppy dog. I love keeping those guys. And then of course, convicts were the first species, you know, that bred, spawned. I didn't even know they could do that or plan at that age. I was just, you know, but obviously they're easy to breed, and seeing that spawn and life being created, and that just took it to a different level. You know, you just wanted to breed fish, and it's really fun and interesting. And then you grow them out, and like, wow, you know, it's not that you created them, but you kind of supported that, and now you got fish that look just like the parents. So that was always fun. So here's a good question for you guys. What species got you into the hobby originally? Got you into cichlids originally? List at least one, maybe more. I'd be really interested to hear. I'm guessing there's going to be multiple people saying Oscars or convicts, but maybe it's some different answers. So let me know in the comments, guys. Eric's here. What's up, Eric? Eric said he's sorry for joining late. You're not late at all, man. We just kind of started this. But Eric just got me. I just picked up a new species. I picked up some more red tiger motaguensis. When I say more, it's because I used to keep them for a while. I got out of them probably less than a year ago, maybe a year ago. And well, guess what? I got back into them. Eric had a different collection point that I was interested in keeping. I believe it's pronounced Rio Motagua. Rio Motagua. They're F1s, and really excited to see, you know, how they turn out, if they're any different than the Rio Blancos that I kept in the past. You know, it's a species that you know, if you guys look at some of my older videos, probably before I started doing the editing, you know, just the very simple videos, you'll see a lot of the different ones I've kept. One that stands out for me is I did have a really big male in that. I think when he passed, he was about 12 inches, really bulky, kind of had a little nuchal hump going, and yeah, that was one of my favorites, one of the bigger ones, and just an amazing fish, good breeder. Female was just, man, she would just get so aggressive, so much smaller than him, but during spawning, she was just overboard aggressive. And I think it's my guess, is over time, she just picked at him enough where he just said, okay, I'm sick of this, time to go. So that's not a very scientific, you know, analysis of why he passed, but that's just my observation. He got beat up a much smaller female, and you know, motas are probably the most aggressive species that I've kept here. I think I can safely say, aggressive towards themselves and other fish, not aggressive towards my hand, or, you know, never attacking me when I go in the tank. Even with fry, never did that. Not aggressive in that manner that I've seen, but aggressive towards themselves and other fish. So I'm excited to see what these new motas are going to turn out like. So thanks, big props to Eric Williams. He's in this chat right now, guys. Go check. Actually, Eric, you know, I haven't caught up on the comments, but if you haven't mentioned already, Eric is an importer of a lot of wild-caught fish, a breeder, and he ships and sells fish, guys. So try to get Eric. Maybe you could put your contact info. I don't know what the best is, your Facebook or your email, for anybody interested in getting some of the nice fish you offer to the hobby. I've gotten many of my fish from him, you know, off the top of my head. The wild-caught Festa, the Trimax, the red tiger motas recently. So you know, really good source for cichlids, guys. New World cichlids, if you guys are interested, check them out. My Fish Garage said, how are the Depi doing? Well, thank you for asking. We're gonna move. Thanks for requesting. We'll go check out the 180. All right, let me get a sip of water here real quick. All right, let's see how the 180 shows. Okay, I might have to take this off the tripod. Nah, actually, I think it's okay. Let's see. And again, guys, the live videos really take down or dumb down the coloration of the fish, for sure, but better than nothing, I guess. So here are the Depi pair. They control the left side corner of the 180-gallon tank. They're always spawning in this pot right here. And you'll see this female trimac just always pushing the buttons. You know, I was going to mention it in my next fish room update, but that female trimac, I'm going to take this off the tripod, guys. Let's try to get in a little closer. All right. So this female trimac right here, she spawned, and she's been trying to win over that Deppy for a while, and she just couldn't hold it any longer, and she dropped eggs right in the middle of the gravel about a week ago. And she took quite a beating doing that, you know, guarding them. I don't know who she was spawning with. I don't know if they were even fertilized, but I guess you could say it's very wishful thinking. She really likes that male Deppy right there. He hasn't, you know, he hasn't obliged her attempts. He's still with his female Deppy, who is very skinny because all she's doing is breeding. I thought about maybe separating them to let her put some size, and you know, because when she breeds all the time, she doesn't focus on eating that much, and there's a lot of fish in this tank, so she's, you know, competition for food is high, and you know, I'm not sure if I should be worried a little bit about her getting nutrition and, you know, food, but she doesn't eat a whole lot, so hopefully maybe she'll just come around and get hungry enough. But amazing species, guys. It's looking gray as heck right now, but I can tell you, looking with my own eyes, they have this bluish teal coloration coming off of them, and especially when the sun starts going up a little bit more, they look amazing. While we're on that topic, guys, if you're interested in Deppy fry, I made them available, I think a week or so ago. And so F1s fry are available, these wild-caught Rio Bobos pair. Let me know. Message me on Facebook or Instagram or Band app, or leave your email in the comments and I'll get back to you. So let me put it back in the tripod, guys, so I can check out your comments. I'm not the most sophisticated with the best way to do live videos, as you can tell. I still use my phone, and requires a lot of hard work here. All right, so Ricardo, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, let's go fishing for Green, Texas. Wow. So you're in SoCal, man. Whereabouts in SoCal? I'm in Fountain Valley. I go fishing with my son at a local lake in Huntington Beach, and we catch a variety of species. It's not really a big fishing lake, but they do stock a small amount of trout, so we're waiting on winter to come around, and we catch some trout. We've caught a really nice carp. I guess it wouldn't be a nice carp, it'd be a small carp, but it was around 5 pounds, and that nearly pulled our trout gear into the water. That was really fun. We've caught a catfish. We've caught countless small bass, as well as tilapia. One day we caught like 20 little tilapia, and I guess people are just kind of throwing fish in there, and you know, I think that's illegal, but oh, and also sunfish. So I would love to fish for Green, Texas, if there is a lake that someone's illegally introduced them to, and that, you know, you can get some really big ones. Let me know where that is. I would love to give that a shot. So My Fish Garage said Jack Dempsey. So I think he's responding to the question, what species got you into cichlids or the hobby originally back in the day, or maybe more recently? Jack Dempsey, definitely. That's definitely one that I'm sure has a lot of people, interested in cichlids. That's a good one. Okay, so Eric just said he has a Colombian shipment arriving on the 20th. And check out the species, guys. Look at the comments here. What he said is arriving. He's got Hieroseverum carrare. He's got ornatum. They might be listed at that. Maybe Japhirum, Altum Angels, Uaru. So quite a few really nice, cool species coming in, guys. Eric, leave your contact info there if anybody's interested. One of these days, we're going to have to get Eric to do a YouTube channel. He's got a lot of stuff there that I'm sure would be cool to show off. I always ask Eric to see stuff, videos of this and that. Eric's a busy guy, though, but maybe someday. All right, so Ginger Dan answered he first had convicts, but no longer keep them as the breeding gets out of their control. Yeah, definitely. Those things breed like rabbits. So, convicts, another one for convicts. It's 2. Eric's first cichlids was Amphilophus Labiatus. Awesome, man. That's I guess you could say maybe a more advanced cichlid to start out with. That's pretty cool. I've actually never kept those. You know, I've never been an Amphilophus guy. I do have the Trimax, but I've kept lion's eye in the past, but not too much of the other ones. And there's quite a bunch, you know, and so many people are really into Amphilophus. I'm sure maybe I'll get in that mood someday. Same as the Viejas. Never really got into the Vieja thing. You know, I tried keeping Synspilum. You know, maybe they just weren't for me. Maybe I did them wrong. I do have one male. He's actually in here. Let me go and check him out. This is my only Vieja in the whole fish room, guys, and the colors are looking terrible. But there he is. I figured, why not just throw him in the big community and see how he does. So, let's see. Oh, Eric said another species he forgot to mention, Myersai. That is, wow. You guys, if you have ever been wanting to get your hands on any of those species, definitely get in touch with Eric. Keep contacts. So, hey, Mr. Nicky Phillips, thanks for joining us, man. I was curious. You said any for sale. What species are you referring to, and maybe who are you referring to? Because obviously Eric is in the comments here. He's got a lot of stuff available soon and now, and I of course do ship fish. So yeah, maybe you can clarify who you're interested, which fish, and who you're talking to there. Yeah, My Fish Garage says the Depi are highly underrated. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. You know, Depi was on my list for a while. It was never really, you know, right at the top of that list, which meant I was never pulling the trigger. I just, you know, I never really understood how beautiful and nice a species could look once you kept them. Not to say the people who've kept them didn't display them well, but I think it's one of those things where you got to keep them yourself, and maybe they don't get, you know, the blues and the really nice colors don't get captured on camera, and maybe it's one of those things, but I highly recommend this species. Very aggressive. If you can get a pair without putting them in a community and they get along, then you definitely got a better pair than I did. These guys are too aggressive to do that. I had them in a community, otherwise that female would have got destroyed. It was pretty clear. So let's go move around, guys. I'm gonna actually go to the tank where I lost a cichlid today, not because it passed, but because someone came and picked him up this morning. So let's move over there and check that out. All right. All right, let's get this. All right, well, as you guys can tell, this guy is all alone right now. My male Rio Naranjo Trimac. He was divided with his brother, and I kept him for quite a while. Well, actually, not even that long. I think it's been less than a year. And these fish get really big fast. I think I had 3 to 4 or 5 inches less than a year ago, and these things are right around 11 inches now. Very thick and big, eat a lot, need a lot of water changes in this 90-gallon tank. So I made the tough decision. I had to move one of them, for the health of the other. And I do want to do stuff with the female, possibly grow out one of this guy's fry and see if I can get another really nice male. So I had to make that call, guys. And the good thing is I think the fish keeper picked him up this morning. He's definitely worthy, and it seems like he keeps a lot of these types of species, knows what he's doing. And so I think it's going to a good home. So yeah, sad to say, but that happened this morning, guys. I was going back and forth on keeping them, getting rid of them, and finally decided I had to. So, hey, what's up, Kevin? Kevin said, move to the UK, need some of your fish. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, not that I would move to the UK, but I do know there are, some good sources of fish, at least from what I can see here. I think Big Fish Lad, who was in here, I don't think he's in here anymore right now. Check out his YouTube channel. He gets fish from a variety of different sources. I think Predator Aquatics is one. He got his massive red tiger motopair from some other place. I don't know if you guys are in the nearly the same area or not, but it definitely looks like there's some sources over there. Maybe get with him, and I wish I could export and ship. Well, speaking of which, Eric B. Williams is in here, and he might either be able to export or he has a transshipper who can. So Kevin, get in contact with Eric. Maybe you can make something happen. Eric has some amazing fish, so hopefully it can put you two together, make something happen. Nikki Phillips, yes, I do have a stock list. I could send that to you. You'll have exact info, sizes, that kind of stuff. But I'll just read it off for you here. I mostly, people will message me through Instagram or my Facebook page, which is the Cichlid Dojo. But people don't have those platforms. They leave their email in the comments of a video, and I'll get back with you. I usually prefer through text. Email's kind of a pain in the butt, but you could. We'll start texting, and I can send you the official details. But from what I have right now, guys, for stock list, make sure I remember everything. I definitely have Festa fry, Red Terror fry, their F1 Rio Gaius. I have Andino Acara Stalsbergi fry, True Green Terrors. I have Carpentis Escondidos, the Blue Texas fry. I have Islanums, red Islanum fry, and they're actually a little bit bigger. They're 1.5 to maybe 2.5 inches. Check out some of those, the update series that I'm doing on the Islanums. You'll see they come from the same group. I just divided them because there are too many fish in there. Those are going to be awesome because they're right around the corner from getting of size to start coloring up and pairing up. I had a Islanum pair, 2.5 inch female. spawn in the tank. Go check out the videos, guys, the update videos. That species, a lot happens very quick. So jump on those. There's not a ton of them left, maybe like 20. After the Amphilophus, did I mention? Oh, I have obviously the Geophagus brasiliensis, the red variant. Those fry are available. I have Parachromis multifasciatus. They used to be the Frederick Stahli. I have their fry. And obviously, I just said I have the Depi fry available. So that's pretty much my stock list. And I do have, you know what, I'm not going to mention it yet. I have a larger Carpentis, about 7.5 inches. I'm going to post a picture of that fish, exact fish. It's a proven breeder male that I'm going to move. But I have 2 people I have to let know first. They're kind of in line. So if they don't pick them up, then look out for the posts on social media, guys. So that's pretty much the stock list. Nikki Phillips said, how long would it take to ship to Mesquite, Texas? Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about shipping options too. What I use for shipping is basically United States Postal Service. Use either regular priority, whether it be flat rate or or non, and those usually take about 2 to 3 days. Keep in mind it's coming up on holiday season. There could potentially be some extra delays as we get closer to the holiday. But also the express option, that's a lot more guaranteed, maybe not guaranteed, but a lot more on time. And then of course I do the air cargo, Southwest Air Cargo Airlines, and kind of require a much higher minimum on for that. You guys, my airport closed on weekends now, the cargo facility, since the pandemic hit. And I have a normal job. This is not my job, guys. It's just fun for the hobby. And so in order for me to make it out, in the morning before work, while I'm juggling, kids and family, it's very tough for me. So I try to do that only when necessary and when, bigger orders. So, and that shipping timing could either be same day or overnight. Usually, depends on where you are, and the flights that are going from my airport, which is Orange County, SNA, to wherever you are. So, a little bit on the shipping info. Thanks for the questions. I don't think I've had those questions before on any live videos. So, Ras, how you doing, man? Hopefully, I'm saying the name right. Reliable sources say that the Geophyrum and the Ornatum are not the same species, but different collection points. What are the differences that you can say that you observed? That's a really good question that I don't think I have the expertise to answer. Maybe Eric, I think Eric, if you're still here, hopefully you can answer that. Eric knows a lot more about that than me. And I do agree with you. I think they are different. They're different. They're not the same. Whether it be a collection point thing or species thing, from what I've heard. And for what I've also heard, the ornatum might be in a location where it's incredibly difficult to collect them, at least right now. And so I don't think there's any ornatum in the hobby, at least in the US. Most of what you see, I think, are actually Geophyrum. And I've actually kept the species before. I loved them. I kept them for about 6 years. Go check out some of my older videos, guys. I think maybe the Mesoharis, a tribute to Mesoharis Geophyrum video that I made maybe 6-8 months ago. I kind of go through the growing process of them, and it is a very slow growth if anybody's kept the species, but they are incredibly beautiful and are definitely on the list to keep again someday. That's for sure. So So, okay, Ross, answering the question, his first cichlid started with the true, was that the true parrot cichlid? Those are just incredibly beautiful as a South American species. I've thought of that as well at many times, you know, when you see them available. It just, some of the specimens out there that people keep are just fantastic. It's definitely something I'm going to do someday. I just need to, obviously, what's the slogan for us guys? Too many cichlids, too few tanks. I think that applies to just about everything. But yeah, that's awesome. That's your first cichlid. That's amazing. Eric said he'll do a video soon. He promises. All right, we're going to hold you to it. Ornatum jafirum are considered a variation of the same species, not 100%. Okay. Yeah. Eric is very knowledgeable, guys. So, Mr. Nicky said, "I'm talking about you, Matt." Okay. Well, I think I answered that. What I had for sale, the stock list. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm behind on the comments. I'm catching up to them one at a time. So bear with me. Nick E. Phillips said, "I'm following you on Facebook. I love it." Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Just trying to push, you know, some of the beautiful New World cichlids that are out there in our hobby. You know, the stuff that is available to keep. I mean, some people don't understand the beauty of some of these species, you know, and so I feel like for me, it's really special to be able to share. Let's take Depii, for example. You know, they're just a tremendous species to keep, beautiful, and I feel like I really want to showcase them and show them off to maybe get some popularity in the hobby and do them justice. So maybe more people will keep them. Maybe they'll become popular someday. But I don't think that by any means they're very popular species. Definitely not moving many of their fry, but I don't plan to. You know, I kind of realistic. I know what's hot, what's popular, and what's not. You know, and it'd be nice to see more of the rarer species, you know, shown off and kept by all the hobbyists out there. So, Christopher, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so Christopher asked, do you currently have any Trimech fry available? You know, Christopher, I had Trimech fry here, and I moved him to a buddy's place. You guys can go check his fish room out, Mike Cichlids. Go check out maybe a video of mine from maybe 3 weeks ago. I did a whole tour at his place. He keeps different species, but he had an empty 40-gallon breeder, and I claimed it. I said, I'm going to put some fish in there, and he was cool with it. So he's growing out, I think, about 30 Trimech fry off this guy that you're seeing right here, and the goal is to get them back when they're around 3 inches. So possibly I could tell, you know, get a little bit of an indication from males and females at that point, and they will be made available, guys. I may just keep one male. I'm not sure. You know, out of the thing, I'm not trying to get a pair. I have my pair. I have this male, and I have that female who's in the 180 gallon. And she's, you know, she can't get enough. She needs to be reintroduced with this male. She's going crazy over there. She needs some love. So those Trimech fry will come back here, and they'll be available. So I guess the best thing to do is just continue watching the videos. I try to announce everything here first, guys, what's available, and kind of, you know, push this channel more than the other platforms, and reward people to do, you know, and I do have plans of doing more of that in the future, you know, rewarding, you know, following and watching the videos and this and that, and so I appreciate it. But check back, guys, later if you're interested in the Trimex. Nikki asked Eric if he has a website. You know, good question, Eric. I'm not sure if he does. I know he's got a Facebook group. You know, that's fresh. Central. I'll let Eric answer that. He's got his Facebook group. He's got his band group, and I don't think he has an Instagram. I'm sure he has an email. Maybe Eric can share that here. Nikki said that's what he wants. Trimex, I guess I'm assuming you're referring to. And 2 Jags. Yeah, Jags I've never kept. It's one of the, actually, no, most Parachromis I haven't kept. The only Parachromis I've kept are, actually I've done 3. I've done the Multifasciatus, the Motaguensis, and the Loiseli for a very short time. I've never kept the Managuensis, the Jaguars, or the Silvi, and let's not forget about the what is it, the La Ceiba. You know, I haven't kept those 3, so I'm sure at some point I will. Okay, Kevin said Paul is his friend, and they're locals. So thanks for clarifying that. Ooh, Eric's got more info on the Japharum. So they are found in Rio Durango in Colombia, and ornatum are found in Rio Durango in Ecuador. Ooh, near the Esmeraldas. That's pretty interesting. I know that occasionally the Festae are brought in from Rio Esmeraldas. I'm not sure if that's a similar or close location to the to those Festae, but maybe that's just a specific spot that's hard to get to. I don't know. So it would be nice to see ornatum in the hobby at some point. Jay Cruz said, "Bro, how's it going, bud? Thanks for stopping by first of all." And he said you got Festae from me a week ago. Do you know what pair they came from? Yeah, so they came from pair number 2, the Wildcaught Rio Gaius number 2. That's my favorite pair. It's not the largest male, but he's my favorite. I think he has the most potential. So they're off that pair, man. I think you're going to have some really nice ones. So keep me updated on those. Eric just clarified, I think that's the Facebook group. If you want to go in and get in contact with him, Central and South American Cichlid Breeders Facebook group, guys. That's new. And also the band app is the New World Aquatics. Whew. Finally caught up to my comments, guys. J. Cruz gave the shaka and the okay emoji. Now I can rest my mouth. Ooh. A lot of talking. But let's do more of that, guys. Let me know what you want to see. What cichlids do you want to go check out here? If there's anything, I'll put the tripod right there, and we'll continue talking. Jaker said, and get lion's eye back. Ooh, so I can be broke, or who has them? Yeah, lion's eye, man. I used to keep those. Some of my older videos, I think, have them, and man, they're just a beautiful species. My experience, not your typical Amphilophus. Aggression-wise, seem very toned down. I kept my lion's eye pair, male maybe 10, 11 inches, female, you know, in that 7, 8 inch size. I had them for a while. I used to keep them in a community tank, and that's when I used to, and I used to grow out 1 to 2 inch fish. I'd throw them in there, you know, whatever species. And you know, Carpentis, Festa, red tiger motas, they wouldn't do anything to them, wouldn't chase them, no aggression towards them, and they even spawned, and they still didn't show aggression towards the other fish. So I basically used the line sight pair and tank just to grow out other species, other fish. So I thought that was really kind of interesting. Very, you know, I didn't have aggression with my line sight, and I grew out multiple batches. You know, I think I had some from Raps, some from Coda, and yeah, I didn't have aggression. So, and they definitely didn't have the in-your-face glass banger thing going on. Never gonna bite the gravel vac or my hand. Unlike this guy right here, this guy messes with me when I do the gravel vac, and he, you know, he's not glass banger yet, but he messes with the gravel vac. See, he always moved this gravel over here. It used to be sand, and you know, throws it over to the side, all on top of the sponge filters. And then I move it back, and he gets pissed off while I do that. You know, all his hard work down the drain. But maybe I need bigger gravel. I went from sand to this stuff, and he still does it just the same. Ginger Dan said Festa. Is that one of the first species you started about keeping, Ginger? I'm not sure. Or perhaps you're, you know, you're looking to acquire some. I'm not sure. I know you have some, right, in your big 430-gallon tank, I think you mentioned earlier. But let's move over here, guys, for a second. I'm gonna make a video on these guys this week, and I'm really loving them. It's a species I just got from my buddy Kevin, and Ginger Dan said he wants to see the Festa. Okay, I'll get you over to the first, and you're not going to be able to see the coloration at all on these guys, but look at this Panamensis. I mean, the colors are not coming through at all, but I think I may have gotten lucky and got one female here, and I have a bigger male, and this female seems to really want to pair off with that male. Is that him? Yeah. So, and this is a, you know, very subtle in coloration species, so you're definitely not going to see a whole lot of colors on this live video, but I'll make a video this week, guys, trying to show them off as best as possible. Man, I'm loving these. I'm loving these little Panamensis. At biggest, these guys are probably at 2.5 inches, I think. And let's not forget about the Maculopinus here. These are looking good too. Definitely some of the smaller species I keep. And pretty cool, I can keep them in a 40 breeder right now. And I do have a female Maculopinus too right there, I think. So fingers are crossed we get some pairing action for both species. So, fun little tank, little Panamensis. You know, I think the Panamensis for me falls in that category as a Depi, where you know, I was never sold on them. You know, maybe it's one of those species that on video it's hard to really capture the beauty, and so when you just check YouTube videos and you know what's out there, you're kind of looking at it like kind of bland. You know, I don't need to get that species, but maybe someday. And then when I had the opportunity offered to me, I said, hey, you know what, let's just pull the trigger and see what happens. And then you keep them yourself, and you're just like, wow. You guys probably can't see it here, but I'm loving this species. I think they look great. So, Jesse said, hey Matt, that firemouth's still around. Love that guy. What an attitude. Yeah, Jesse, that firemouth still doing really well in that 180 gallon tank with some aggressive fish. He's doing good. They don't really go after him. The territory wars are usually, I only see it mainly between the Trimac and the Deppy. Occasionally I'll see that synspilum flaring up with the male Deppy, but no, there's a lot of Alfari, Cribrohirus alfari in there, and you know, so they kind of tone down, with all the fish in there, they kind of tone down everything, so works pretty good. All right, so I think Ginger asked to go see the Festa, and let's go do it. Let me move around. All right, so this is the 240 where I have my Festa all divided. I'm going to try to get in here close for you guys because the glare in this tank is not the best. So I'll try to get this guy to show a side view for you, but here's pair number 2, and this is my favorite pair right now. That male has typically been kind of lengthier, but as of recent, you start to grow a little bit taller, a little bit of a nuchal hump, and put on some size. So he's doing good. Well, now he wants to look at me. Got some little teeth in there. And female is always up here guarding 2 batches of fry. So this breeder box has fry from male number 1, actually. The other male, the male with that had the damaged eye. Little bit taller profile, and this batch is from pair number 2 that you're seeing right here. I do have bigger. I have 2 batches bigger fry from this pair that you're seeing right here, and that biggest batch is what's moving, what's available, and what's been going out. But definitely Festa are kind of my focus guys, as if you couldn't tell. I've recently, well, maybe not too recently, but started over with Festa as far as my breeders. Got rid of all my older ones, which are a different collection point, and started with these Rio Gaius, thanks to Eric for bringing those in pre-pandemic. So I don't know when the next opportunity to get more wild caughts in will be. It doesn't happen often, but you know, I would go with the F1s, you know, off these guys. Eric has other bloodline. He's got his own breeders of this collection point, and you know, you can go get some of those from Eric too, and pair off, make it an unrelated F1 pair. Not a bad idea. If I had more, if I wanted to devote more tank space to Festa, I think I would probably get some more from Eric, some of his F1s, but it's ridiculous over here. So yeah, I'll see if I can show the other male. This is male number 1. Let's try to get a side view. You can see he's got a little bit more of a nuchal hump, but that left eye, not the most pleasant for viewing. Yeah, neither is his glare. That left eye kind of, you know, definitely not my favorite for showing off, but as a breeder, I you know, have no problems with that whatsoever. And we'll see what I do with this guy going forward, because I do have a third wild-caught pair, wild-caught male, that is starting to come into his own, and and I really like them. So it's hard, guys, with so many tanks filled with Festa to do other species. So yeah, 2 big females in here too that he just goes back and forth. But there's one of the females. Get this glare out of the way. Oh my god, this glare is terrible. Yeah. Oh, since we're here, guys, here's the Aslanum. Man, these Aslanums, these females are popping up like weeds. There's like multiple that are just starting to be fat with eggs all the time. She might drop right there, actually. I just noticed that. She cleared out a little gravel spot, and she is fat with eggs. I think her tube is down, and she's probably going to drop. And this is a different female than the one that spawned a week ago. So here's the biggest of the males in here. I don't know how this is showing off, but there's the older female that he spawned with last week, and I think there's another female that's getting fat. That one's starting to come through. So anyways, these Aslanum are really fun, guys, and they're super small right now to lots of activity going on. But I do have 1.5 to 2 inches available. Get them while you can, guys. Message me. All right, let's get caught up here. Amazing, bro. I got those stunner babies. Yeah, J Cruz, you got off at pair number 2 right there. My favorite pair. Eric said the last exporter in Ecuador just shut down due to losses from the pandemic. My broker will inform me if they reopen. Yeah, that's tough. Hard to bring in more Festa into the hobby. Hopefully it happens with the opportunities there in the future. But in the meantime, hopefully people will continue to, pass around different blood. And there's no shortage of that with the Rio Gaius guys. And there's other collection points as well out there. But this is what I'm focusing on. I think what Eric's focusing on as well. So let's put this back in the tripod. Let's check this female out one more time before we do. Oh, he's getting a little more consistent in the pot there. Looks like male wants to go again. Into the pot, female. That's what he's saying. It's a good breeder. Thanks again, Eric. I think I got this guy when he was inch and a half, same as her. And this is like the 5th largest male that I got out of that group, So I went through a lot of males to get the ones I wanted. The biggest ones, I think biggest few were males, but I wanted to get a little bit better barring, and so I end up having to go through kind of the bottom size, the smallest of the males in that batch, so sometimes you got to do that to get the ones you want for breeders, but looks like it worked out so far here. What do you guys want to see next? Let me get caught up to some of the comments here. John Hansen, 3 aquariums before this one. Well, welcome, John. Not sure what you're referring to about the 3 aquariums, but maybe you can clarify. Ricardo said, my bad, bro, I'll message you whenever I get time to go fishing. Oh, yeah. so we can go to catch the green Texas. Currently running in from work. Okay, no problem, man. I'd always be interested to see where there's a pond of or lake of green Texas out here in Southern California. I would just every single fish I catch there would be just like, wow, you know, I'd just be wanting to keep them. I mean, what a dream that would be to actually fish and catch stuff you like to keep, you know, like those guys out in Florida with the canals. Man, you know, that's a pretty cool experience, you know, and all the different species, you never know which one you're going to get. I wish we had that out here more, but, you know, does temperature fluctuates a little bit more. Ginger Dad said he wants to see the community tank, please. Sure. The 180, we can go back there. So the community, it's not that big of a community, obviously only 180 gallon, but it also doesn't have massive fish in there right now. You know, there's going to be a lot of there. Let me try to go over here. Maybe I can go the long way. How's that, guys? I can see them. So the 180, not a giant tank by any means, but I'll kind of give a little rundown here on what fish are in here. Whoops. How do I tighten that? That's a problem. Oh, there we go. Okay. I had a little technical difficulties. So the 180, I basically, you know, it's a community, but maybe it's better described as kind of an overstock tank, you know, overflow tank. Kind of just, you know, morphed into, it was a Carpentis, Blue Texas colony. And then kind of, you know, changed after I had just, if you guys follow some of my older videos, you'll see how that colony grew from, I think I started the fish at like 2 inches. I had about 50 Blue Texas in there in a 180, and I grew them all out. And at the end, it had, you know, males up to 9 inches. Had about 4 pairs in there. Probably at the end, it was down to about 14 adults. And it was getting a little too rough. You know, to do that community, I probably would have needed to do only males and remove all the females, because all the breeding just made it really aggressive. And then I got the Deppy pair, and I said, you know what? They're similar size. The male Deppy was not accepting the female in the tank by himself. So let me try to use the community. I threw the Deppy in there, and it worked like a charm. The male wasn't going after the female. He's actually, you know, it was bonding the pair, and they would go after, you know, the other pairs of Carpentis. However, the Deppy seemed to be more aggressive than the Carpentis, from what I saw. And a few of those males were bigger than the Deppy. So, you know, they kicked out my number 1 Carpentis pair from the left corner, and I didn't want to see them, you know, kind of thrashed and damaged through the fighting. So I pulled out 2 pairs, my 2 favorite pairs of Carpentis. They're now on the 150, as you guys saw, and now this is just a tank of, you know, whatever, basically. You know, I still do have about 3 female Carpentis, kind of backup females. I threw Alphari in here because I didn't want to focus on them as a species. They were also really aggressive by themselves. I threw those 6 Alphari in here. I threw that 1 Synthspillum in here. There's a Firemouth in here that's doing really well. And then that female Trimac, as you guys know, kind of when I divide her, I don't, you know, I don't need to breed the Trimex. That is the male's female that we saw the male earlier. And so I'll reintroduce that at a later time. And she's doing good in there, you know. She's not too big, not too aggressive for most of the fish. So it's working. That's kind of the backstory of this community tank or overflow tank. And then of course my favorite dither, the silver dollars. I have about 4 in here, and I use those with most of my fish to tone down the aggression a little bit, or spread it, I guess you could say. All right, so John said, look at my message before the big male. I tuned in. Okay. Yeah, John, this maybe the internet's lagging, maybe, and I'm definitely lagging reading these comments, so I apologize there. Hey, Anna, and I know I'm saying that name wrong. I apologize. You asked to see the Aslanum. Yeah, I have no problem. We can go back there. Give me 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll go back and see the Aslanums again. Thank you for requesting, and we'll go see them here in a second. Yeah, John said the internet is too slow to watch a live feed. Great fish. Have a great weekend, guys. Yeah. Thanks, John. Thanks for stopping by. You have a good weekend too. So let's go see the Aslanum right now then. Here we go. Get some water, guys. Throat dry from talking. All right. All right. Is there going to be glare? Definitely my reflection in there. Let's take it off a tripod. How about that? Try to get my reflection out of there. All right. Aslanum. That's actually the second biggest male. I'm kind of waiting on him to pick a female. There you go. There's one who looks to be full with eggs. Why don't you pick that one? Looks like she's ready to go. Come on, bud. There's another female is ready to go. Almost. This guy doesn't realize how lucky he is. Maybe he just needs to develop a little bit more and pick a female. Meanwhile, the other female, let's see, maybe we'll see some eggs start dropping during this live video. She's kind of sitting right there, cleared out that little space, and there's her male. Well, the biggest male who jumps around females. And he does spawn. I've had 2 successful spawns with this male. I think it was the same female that spawned, but trying to put some more size on this guy. They're doing their thing right there. Super cool to see these females. Little red, yellow females, 2.5 to 3 inches. Just already sexually mature. Man. Fun species, guys. I don't expect to be able to do this, you know, a few months from now, because I think as soon as this male gets to that 4 to 5 inch range, it's going to be a lot of chaos going on in here. And this is only a 75 gallon tank. So there's only one place for these to go, guys. It's to you guys if you're interested. And there are some available. 1.5 to 2.5 inches, guys. Let me know. Red Aslanums. Collection point Rio Nexapa. Damn, this female's gonna go over here. We're gonna have two spawns at the same time, I think. This female might choose that pot, while this female is going to do it on the glass. That should be interesting. So. So there's the Islanums for you guys who are interested. Anything else we want to see here, guys? Speak up. Oh, I guess we could show these new pickup that I got a few days ago. These Motaguenses. F1 Rio Motagua or Motagua. They're in quarantine trying to heal up some of the fins, but man, there's this male in here. Let's see if we can see him. I think that's the male. Pretty sure that's a male. Been out of practice with the motos. So these guys will move up to a 100-gallon, I think, when they're ready. And I'm really excited about them. So we'll see. It'd be nice to see a different variant to keep another collection point than I have in the past. So. What should we see? What do you guys want to see? Come on. Little Braziliensis right there. This one little one I'm trying to grow out with all these Festa. Little pigs. Oh, Fred, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Fred, I actually got these Rtms from Eric B. Williams, who's in this chat room. Scroll up and check all the comments. He commonly imports and breeds and has fish available. So he posted some of the new stuff he's got coming from Colombia, I believe, on the 20th. And get in contact with him. I don't know that he has any more of the F1 Motaguenses, but definitely keep in touch with him. I think he might breed. He might actually maybe get some more. I'm not really sure. Maybe Eric can answer on that. Eric, are you still here? We'll see if he comments, guys. All right, let's move to our default tank. I'll stay here till requested otherwise. Oh, look at that. Fred, if you're interested, it looks like Eric said he does have a lot of the Rtms. So if you're looking for that different collection point as well, Rio Motagua or Motagua, get in contact with him. Fred said, one more question, Matt. Hey, can you keep 3 or 4 females of the Rtms in a 180? I don't want to breed. I just think the females look awesome. Yeah, you know, Fred, I think Personally, my advice would be to keep more than 3 or 4 females. If that's all the fish you have in the tank, I think you need to spread the aggression a little bit more. Now, you're not going to have a male in there, so you won't have the issues with breeding, but what I'd be comfortable with is to have more fish, especially that you have a 180. I personally think I could keep maybe up to 10 males in there with no issues. I don't think they get bigger than, what, 8 to 10 inches? I've never had a female get to that 10-inch mark, and a 180 gallon is pretty decent size. I think it would be in your best interest to spread the aggression more on more fish than just 3 or 4. I think 3 or 4 might be just, kind of too few. The dominant might be able to pick on the weakest a little bit too easy. I would go more if you can. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that, but it's kind of my whole philosophy with getting fry of a new species. I never want to start with low numbers, not just for the fact that I like to get males and females and higher probability if you get more. Also, growing them out, you lose a lot less the more you get. So you might think, oh, I just want to get 5, or I just want to get 7. I've gotten 7 motas back years ago, and guess what? They all turned out female. I didn't get a single male. Additionally, you start with maybe 5. I have so many people who, they just get 5 of a species fry, and they lose some because I think it's a little bit too easy for the dominant fish out of that group to target the weakest one. And so once that happens, then you have 4. And then what happens next? It's even easier for him to target the next weakest one. So for that reason, me personally, I would want to do more. I would want to do a group of 8 minimum. A lot of times I try to start with 12 to 15 fry. So if you're starting with fry motas, unsexed, if your goal is to get that group, maybe 8 to 10 females, I would definitely start with a big group of fry, 20 plus, because you're going to be, maybe half female, half are male. The males you're going to get rid of, and you're going to keep the females, So that's my recommendation. Hey, no problem, Fred. You're more than welcome, man. And hopefully Eric can give you his contact info. Eric, maybe your email or something, and you can work on your Motaguensis project. That's gonna be a real cool site. There's a guy who I think did that similar to what you're talking about. He did a colony of motas. I think most or not all of them were female. And that's Marcus Mumba. He has a YouTube channel. I think he had videos of that, and that was really something to see. All these red colored up females in a group. It's actually something I would really like to try someday. So that's a great idea. Fred, if you can't get his contact info, maybe Eric is stepped away. Just leave your email, and I'll make sure to have Eric email you. Those comments will be in the video for sure, so he can always look back and scroll up. So. Who else is here? Like I said before, I can never tell who's in this chat group. I'm on my phone, the phone app. But Ginger Dan's still here. He said, considering his stock 100 liter, is there anything you would add? Green terrors are all males. Whew. That's a, man, I see that tank, Ginger. Yeah, you know, that's, shoot. That's an area where I've never been lucky enough to experiment with. One, a tank that size, and two, doing a community mixing those species. I mean, I would be 100% guessing, and I could be totally wrong. I'm not really sure what might go well additionally in that tank with those fish. I mean, sticking with the theme of South American cichlids, which the Rivilatus or the Festa. I mean, I don't know. Perhaps you could try Japhirum. I've actually done Japhirum. They're another Mesoheros. I've done them with Festa before, up to a certain size, and they did really well. Actually, they paced the Festa with size, which was really surprising. You could do them, and I think Eric might have, I forgot where you're located again, but I think Eric has access to those. Might have some wild caughts, I'm not sure. Maybe Atromaculatum, another Mesoheros in the same genus, Festa. Yeah, other South Americans, cichlids. Some of them are a lot more not as aggressive, so it might be tough because obviously Festa are aggressive. Rivilatus could be aggressive. So, yeah, you'd have to consider all of that. How about the true parrots? True parrotfish, cichlids. Those have some aggression, I think. Some, if not more. How about an Oscar? I don't know. Maybe just experiment, Yeah, Fred, you're welcome. Oh. We'll probably go for another, yeah, you're welcome, Ginger. Ginger Dan. We'll probably go for another 15 minutes here, guys, and then shut down, make it a even 2-hour video here. So let me know any last requests on fish to see or any questions. Hopefully I can direct you like we've done here. A lot of people looking for fish, so that was really cool. And seems like Eric might have a lot of those, the Motaguenses, other stuff he's bringing in. So good opportunity. Always fun to have these videos. Oh. Zoom in here a little bit for you last guys remaining in the video here. Let's see what we can see. This is the other male. It's like this female is all in breeding dress, and she did not breed. I pulled some fry from the other pair, and looks like it put her in protective mode. Not her fry, but sometimes they try to cover the fry up with a cardboard, but I didn't do a good job of that one. So she's not distracted, but some more blue Texas fry. This guy. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. This guy is not a fan. This guy's definitely not a fan. And his fry are available if you guys are interested. Parachromis multifasciatus. This male is just aggro. And his bites do not feel good. It's bleeding time if he gets me, if I'm not paying attention. So, probably my favorite. Man, I've never had a Motaguensis set that's done this. So I really like this guy. I'm not sure if it's a multifasciatus thing or if this guy is just special or has some issues in the head. But if you guys are interested, I got his fry available. Let's see if I can get into the Stallsberg, you guys, a little bit. These guys are so skittish, and I got to do an update video with lights on, but yeah, you guys, these fish, definitely on the skittish side, and they're gonna hide. So forget about you guys. Let's go see the little Festa grow outs. If you guys follow the channel, I started doing a grow out series on Festa. These are like the last 30 of them from a batch that, you know, I was moving, and I said, you know what, let me grow these out. I love Festa. I love growing them out. It take longer, but very rewarding once you get them to start coloring up and growing. So, and these are not available, but they will be once they get too big for this tank, which is a 120 gallon. So I'm thinking in like the 4-inch range, I'll start moving some of them. I think my goal is to keep a male, one male. I'm not sure. We'll see. Red Terrors. What else can we see? You'll see a lot clearer in the Fisherman Update video that I got to do for October, guys. We'll do that later, maybe in a week or two. See their colors instead of seeing just dull fish. Well, Festa aren't coming out bad, but it'll look a lot better in the Fisherman Update. got about 8 minutes left. Let's go say hi to the lonely Trimech. Poor guy. Now he's got no one to flare up at. His brother moved out this morning, so had to do it though. Ginger Dan said, what were the colors like on the male Festa when he wasn't breeding? Well, he's not really in breeding dress right now. The one I just showed, I think you're referring to him. A lot of times the Festa, when they get into breeding dress, I think initially they start to show their bars more, stronger. Some will show them because that guy is obviously not showing any bars right now. But for me, that's what I've noticed. They start to bar up a little bit more. But that female, I mean, since I got the breeder boxes up there, she's kind of, you don't really see a break or change in a lot of her coloration. So she could basically be, you know, somewhat breeding dress all the way through. But yeah, that's kind of the pair's coloration. I don't see a lot of differences in them. And some males I don't even see doing the, you know, barring up. Now that male on the left, he will bar up a lot more than the male, I'm sorry, the male on the right, the bigger male. So I guess they're all different, right? So. I like this Trimech. Hoping his profile he gets a little bit bigger nuchal hump. We'll see. Let's do a little 5-minute call here, guys. 5 minutes. Might actually catch this female today and put it back on the other side of the divider. Maybe even let them spawn. I'm not sure. You know, I don't know if they can breed through this divider. I don't have a whole lot of holes for circulation that can go through. I'm wondering if that will work. You know, I do divider breeding with the that kind of grid thing, that plastic grid, the egg crate, or they call it light diffuser. I'm not sure the male can do his thing through here, but maybe I'll let him try. I don't want this guy to destroy his female. It's getting a little risky. I guess, you know what, I have some tubes I can throw in here, and if I can get that female comfortable to retreat to the tubes, then it might be okay. But I really don't want to take that chance of losing the female. So. Look at Eric. I can't believe it. He is preparing a prime rib roast over participating in our live video on cichlids here. That's unacceptable, Eric. Especially since I'm not going to get to eat any of it. Eric, when you get a chance, go back through the comments and check, you know, I believe, who was it? Fred was interested in getting some fish, I think the motas. So try to leave your email in the comments so he can get in contact with you. And send me some prime rib once it's done, please. Thank you. This male actually came from Eric. That's where I got these guys from when they were 3 to 5 inches, and boy have they grown. Eric, how are your Trimex doing, man? I know you kept some for yourself. I would like to see updates on those. I know you don't do the YouTube thing yet. Maybe just post it in the group. I want to see how your male, your keepers are doing. Ginger Dan said, what's the biggest Festa you've seen in home aquariums? You know, I did see, I believe it was a 17-inch male a while back. It was in someone's pond. And I think they measured it, and it was 17 inches. So that is a massive one. I haven't kept personally one over 13 inches. Not because I lose them or they die. I end up moving them, the pair along. I'm always working on, improving my breeders and getting different ones and this and that. And yeah, I've done that in the past. But that's what's fun for me, kind of like a project, always trying to improve your stock, your breeders, especially, if you're distributing fry, which I do. Never be comfortable with what you got. Always try to improve. Kaizen, kind of my motto, if you can. So anyways, fellas, we're at the 2-hour mark here. I gotta go do some chores. I gotta go buy a prime rib roast and cook it. Eric made me jealous here, so I think I'm gonna go stop by Costco or something. And Eric said he has an available pair that's being beaten on by the spawning pair. I have a 14.25 inch male. Holy crap. Okay. Are you referring to the Festa? I think you're referring to the Festa. I have an available pair that's being beaten on. So Eric might have a Festa pair available. Is that what I'm reading? That's not too common. I get a lot of people messaging me for a pair of Festa, or even just an adult grown out male or female. That's a pretty good opportunity. So I guess anybody who watches this video to the end is going to have that opportunity. Get in touch with Eric. All right, guys. Thank you again. If you stopped by, especially if you hung around through the whole video here. Oh, he's talking about Trimex. Really? You have an available pair of Trimex? That's awesome. Guys, yeah, if you stuck around in this video, you have this opportunity to contact Eric for a pair of Trimex, which I'm guessing, Eric, are the same collection point, maybe same batch as this guy that you're seeing here. Message him if you're interested. Not too many not too many examples like that for fish available. So I guess you'll really get rewarded if you stick around to the end here and you happen to be in the market for a Trimex pair. There you go. So great note to leave off on. And thanks again, guys, for stopping by and for, you know, being involved. And look out for next week's update video, probably on the Panamensis and Macula pinus. And then I'll have to do a October fish room update here soon. So thanks again, guys. Hey, thanks Ginger Dan. And lastly, Eric commented that they're 5 to 6 inches. Awesome size pair. I can't wait to see them. I'm gonna make Eric show me a picture of them. Anyways, appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Until next one. Take care.